Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. New tonight, a KREM 2 exclusive. An elderly woman was shocked and sickened to learn the people hired to help her are accused of stealing more than $150,000 from her bank account. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk joining us now in the studio with the details. Kyle?
Well, yeah, Mark, court documents accuse this couple of using an 85-year-old as their personal piggy bank. They are well known in the elderly care community. Looking at Pat Hawley, you might see your own mom or grandma. The 85-year-old is in assisted living and needs help. So before his death, Pat's husband hired a Spokane company called LifeStage. Mark Strahl and his wife Thais founded the company, and for the past few years, they've made sure Pat's bills are paid on time.
Would bring some groceries in, like crackers and lightweight things.
They also took her to doctor appointments, even the casino.
They were really nice to me.
So nice, Pat says she let them use her car. But when she tried to sell it to a family member, things got strange.
They didn't want to give up the car. And so then my intuition just told me something more was going on.
Bonnie Gow is Pat's former ombudsman.
Kind of friends. We're like best friends.
Think of her as a volunteer advocate for the elderly.
She didn't have one bank statement at all. There was nothing.
So Bonnie had Pat call her bank and read off recent transactions. They were both in for a shock.
And I found out that they had taken $25,000 last year just from January to the end of April. And that's when I turned them in.
Bonnie had discovered just the tip of the iceberg. The Department of Social and Health Services conducted a forensic audit of Pat's finances. So did law graduates at Gonzaga.
And they both came up with the same amount, which was $165,000.
Court documents say Mark and Thais Strahl created false documents, forged checks, tricked Pat into placing them on her checking account, overcharged for services, and withdrew cash for their own personal gain.
They were really nice people to me until I found out they were taking my money out of the bank.
According to court docs, casino records show a large amount of the stolen money was used to gamble.
Take your money that you worked for and do away with it, like at the slot machines. I know it's fun.
The Strahls were arrested August 31st, charged with theft from a vulnerable adult and identity theft. Pat wants her money back.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't you?
And she'll need it in a few years when her long-term care insurance expires.
I got 4 more years I can stay here.
Bonnie wants Pat's story to serve as a warning.
It's really important just to look at their bank statements, their bills, make sure everything checks out.
And tonight we've also learned the Strahls are listed on the board of directors for Greater Spokane Meals on Wheels. They declined to comment on this story. Their trial is scheduled to begin this December. Mark.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. All right, let's talk weather now with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagoon. And after a foggy start to the day, Jeremy, things ended on a pretty good note. What's in store for tomorrow?
Well, Mark, those clearing skies overhead set us up for another foggy morning. But get this, temperatures dropped quite quickly. 46 already. Whew. That's thanks to those clear skies overhead and calm wind. We've talked about this. All of that means that our temperatures will continue to drop until they get down near the dew point. A little bit of energy sitting off the coast is something worth watching. I think it's, hold on, let me get the nice drawer. This little patch right there, that plays a big role in our weekend. That's going to be kind of Saturday morning, but overnight, here's what you can expect. It's going to be clear skies until the fog builds. Tomorrow morning, another round of dense fog to start the day. If you saw it this morning or earlier today, you'll likely see it tomorrow morning. Forecast models continue to pick up on the possibility of a little bit of rain Saturday morning. Run after run, it kind of puts it in the same spot. North central Washington gets it, snow in the mountains here in Spokane in the 8 and 9 o'clock hour, and then it moves out. All in all, it doesn't look too bad, though. We get some sun in the afternoon as temps climb back into the mid-60s for the next 3 days.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Tonight, the number of Americans killed in the war between Israel and Hamas has risen to 27, with 14 still missing. This as the White House announcing it will start evacuating Americans, with 4 charter flights leaving tomorrow.
There are a lot of people who are here, for the holidays, visiting family, visiting friends. At any given time, there may be as many as 100,000 Americans in Israel who are visiting and eventually want to go home.
Today marked the 6th day of the war, but it's been just 1 day since Israel's haunting bid to crush Hamas.
President Biden was absolutely correct in calling this sheer evil.
In that time, Gaza has been hit with a near constant barrage of airstrikes, and a ground invasion is expected in the coming days. We also learned tonight the president will sit down with CBS 60 Minutes for an interview about Israel that will air this coming Sunday. In a shocking development tonight, Steve Scalise withdrew his name from the list of nominees for Speaker of the House. This comes just 24 hours after Republican lawmakers voted to nominate Scalise behind closed doors. Now the question is, who can win the vote? Several Republicans quickly pointed to Jim Jordan, who lost the conference vote to Scalise on Wednesday. But for now, the House remains without a speaker. And at our night beat, with a quick look at the day's top stories, Washington Governor Jay Inslee was in Spokane today, meeting with Red Cross staff to learn about what they are doing to help wildfire victims. So far, the state has provided more than $4 million in disaster relief for the Oregon Road and Gray fires. Today, Governor Inslee was asked when we should expect federal money to head this way as well. He says he requested those funds, but it's still a long and difficult process to get them.
We think the damage warrants us at least making a college try to get this. The problem we're having is there are so many disasters around the country, many of which have been precipitated by climate change, that there are areas that have had larger damage than we have.
Well, this is the letter the governor sent to President Biden earlier this month. He says there is no timeline for when federal money might become available. The community showed up today to support the Odyssey Youth Center after 3 separate cases of vandalism. But if you were in the Perry District for the event, you probably noticed all that vandalism has been scrubbed clean, something the center's executive director says is a sign of unity in the community.
Thanks to the support of Spokane Arts and many community members, the crosswalk has been cleaned off. It looks fabulous. Those colors are shining through again. So perfect time for everyone to gather as a community, really show what Spokane and the Perry District is all about, which is inclusion, community, that sense of belonging.
Well, this wasn't the only event in support of the LGBTQ community today. The city of Spokane organized a walk from the Perry District to downtown, the Pride mural, which was also vandalized. The Spokane Regional Stabilization Center celebrated its 2-year anniversary today. The center helps people break the cycle of crime. One of the center's treatment specialists actually started as a client there, and he said without the help he received, he believes he would still be homeless. Participants in the program are eligible to have any charges against them dropped if the program is completed. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com.